What civilian skill made you instantly valuable in combat? I worked as a plumber for 8 years before enlisting. Figured my civilian skills were useless in the army. Boy, was I wrong. Second week in Afghanistan, our forward operating base started having serious problems. Sewage backing up everywhere, toilets overflowing, showers not draining, whole place reeked like a septic nightmare. Base engineer tried everything. Called in contractors, brought in equipment, nothing worked. Situation got desperate when the mess hall started flooding with raw sewage. Command was panicking. Disease outbreak waiting to happen. Morale in the toilet, literally. Guys were getting sick from the smell alone. Some refused to eat in the contaminated mess hall. That's when my squad leader remembered my background. Davis, didn't you used to fix pipes or something? I was a master plumber, I corrected. Licensed in 3 states. Within an hour, I was crawling through drainage tunnels with a flashlight and my old pipe wrench. What I found was amateur hour at its finest. Whoever installed the original system had connected everything backwards. Waste lines fed into clean water supplies. Vent pipes terminated underground. Main drains sloped the wrong direction. Took me 2 days to map the entire disaster. Drew up proper schematics. Explained to the base engineer why everything was failing. This whole system needs to be rebuilt from scratch, I told him. It's not just broken, it's dangerous. But here's where combat plumbing gets interesting. We couldn't shut down the base for major reconstruction. Had to fix everything while maintaining full operations. Started working night shifts, rerouting pipes section by section, teaching other soldiers basic plumbing skills. Created a whole maintenance crew from scratch. 3 weeks later, we had running water, functioning toilets, and proper drainage. Base went from health hazard to fully operational. Command was amazed. Word spread to other bases. Suddenly, I'm getting requests from across the region. Can you send that plumber soldier over here? Ended up spending my entire deployment fixing plumbing disasters at remote outposts. Discovered that military engineers know a lot about building bridges and bunkers, but absolutely nothing about waste management. One base had been trucking in bottled water for 6 months because nobody could figure out why their well pump wasn't working. Took me 20 minutes to find the problem. Someone had installed the pressure switch upside down. Another outpost had soldiers getting dysentery because their water treatment system was contaminated. Turned out they'd connected the chlorination system to the wrong intake valve. My favorite was a special forces camp where elite operators were using baby wipes exclusively because their septic system had been backing up for months. These guys could infiltrate enemy territory and eliminate high-value targets, but couldn't fix a clogged drain. Command started putting plumber on my official duty roster. Got me out of regular patrols. Instead of carrying a rifle through hostile territory, I was carrying pipe cutters through underground tunnels. Saved more lives with a plunger than most soldiers do with weapons. Proper sanitation prevents more casualties than body armor. The skills transferred perfectly too. Reading pipe layouts is like reading tactical maps. Water pressure calculations are just applied physics. Troubleshooting drainage problems uses the same logical thinking as clearing equipment malfunctions. My old supervisor back home couldn't believe it when I told him. You went halfway around the world to do the same job you had here. Not exactly the same though. Back home, worst case scenario was a flooded basement. In Afghanistan, sewage problems could compromise entire operations. Got out of the army in 2009, went back to civilian plumbing with new appreciation for the trade. Now I specialize in emergency repairs for hospitals and schools. Still keep my military tools though. Sometimes you need that combat mindset to tackle the really tough jobs, and every time I fix a particularly nasty clog, I think about those soldiers who are grateful for clean water and working toilets. Turns out the most valuable combat skill isn't marksmanship or tactics. It's knowing how to keep the toilets flushing when everything else is falling apart.